Jiu-Jitsu doesn't work in a street fight. That's what the average jabroni says. The thoughtless moron who walks around and thinks they know it all, yet they've never been on the mats. Today I'm gonna debunk all your stupid ass claims, and we're gonna get to the bottom of some of the most controversial Jiu-Jitsu versus street fighter videos you can find. This guy was supposedly beating up on his girlfriend, and unfortunately for him, he ran into a Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, and the rest is history. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Stephen Williams. I'm a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu under John Danaher. I've been fortunate enough to be a part of some of the greatest camps in the world. I fought myself. I've competed as a grappler professionally. And the only reason I'm telling you that is because I want you to know that I have authority in this space and I'm not just some guy who's just willy-nilly throwing around his opinion on the internet. I've been doing martial arts for over 25 years. Now, this video I covered is of Jordan Wears No Gi, and you can find him on Instagram, and he just started a YouTube account as well. And if you guys aren't aware, this went super viral on my channel. I think it's over 6 million views and still going up pretty insane. And a lot of the comments are of people that really don't know the story. So before we start dispelling all of the misconceptions in the comment section, I want to actually just watch the video and let you guys decide for yourself what's actually happening here.
You're not my baby. You a
You're lucky that I'm not the type to fuck you up.
All right, well, I'm ready. Y'all be able to let me go to jail. I'm not that type of nigga. Y'all looking at from one side of the scope.
Oh my God! Right here we got a woman beater, guys.
My bad, man. You understand? I can't breathe.
The more you relax, the better you can breathe.
Stop yelling.
Okay, so first off, a lot of the comments are becoming racial, which is always the case whenever you put up a video of a black person, a white person clashing under any circumstances. I think it's just human nature to kind of polarize in that way, which is fucking unfortunate. But let me give you the backstory to what actually happened from the horse's mouth, Jordan himself.
I'm walking my dogs at night, bro, and then I heard a girl scream, and I looked up. She's sitting down. He fucking soccer kicks her in the face, and then lifts up his knee and stomps her in the head. Then I started running to the guy, and when I sprinted at him, I thought I was just gonna hit him when he wasn't looking. He squared at me. He dropped his hands by his sides. I thought he was reaching into his pocket. I got scared for my life, bro. I thought he was gonna pull out a gun or a knife, and so I grabbed his right hand with my right hand, like cross grip. I dragged it straight down to the floor, and that staggered his stance and bent him over a little bit. I seen his neck, and so I jumped on his back, and we hit the floor, and as we hit the floor, I trapped one of his arms with my feet, and then I put him to sleep. And then the guy started shaking in my arms and shit. I was worried he was gonna die. I let him go right away, but I was still all worried. And then the guy woke back up, and I had both of his arms trapped, and I was like, hey man, just chill out, just relax until the police get here.
Now, there's no doubt that the two people are drug addicts who are homeless. But does that change the fact that when you see a man kicking a woman in her head on the ground, that you're not gonna jump in? Because if you're not, that's okay. You're a fucking coward. That's fine. We can establish that. So that right there will dispel a lot of the racist connotation that's getting spewed out in the comment section. People saying,
oh, he's being a white knight, he's doing this.
Soccer kicking on the ground. Side note, everyone's saying don't cross your feet. First of all, he has an arm trap, so the rules change. Also, his feet are slightly above the guy's hips, which completely prevents the figure four of the ankles. Number three, the guy's a homeless drug addict, and he's a seasoned brown belt. He can do whatever he wants with his feet. In the comment section, people are saying,
oh, he grabbed his face and did this little thing.
I can understand why that would be something that is a little bit belittling. But again, you have to remember the context, whether you agree with the action or not. He was watching the same guy soccer kicking this woman, stomping her, Vanderlei Silva style, and so the emotions were going insane in that moment. He had to do something. He felt emotionally charged in that moment, and he grabbed his face and said, look, we got a woman beater. Let's take a look at a classic, shall we?
Don't move. I'm not. I'm gonna put you to sleep, bro. Either that, I'm gonna break your arm if you try to move.
Jiu-Jitsu doesn't work in the street.
Jiu-Jitsu doesn't work in the street. He has him in a tight triangle where the guy is not being put unconscious because this individual has phenomenal control and he's not trying to do permanent damage. He can also just lean back, grab the wrist, and break the arm, but he's not doing that. But he's using it to constrict. And I hear a lot of people who have never trained go,
he could just bite his leg, Steve. He'll just bite his leg.
How can he get his teeth when the hamstring is under the chin? How do you bite? So we now know Jiu-Jitsu is a phenomenal way to slow down the pace of any kind of offense and without doing damage to the person. That's the biggest detail. Okay, so now we have two gentlemen squaring up, and we see the omoplata entry that off balances directly into a triangle. Oh man, beautiful, cinches it in. It's not even the best triangle, right? Let's be honest, it's not the best triangle, but a little backstory is, from what I remember, this individual was basically antagonizing this other gentleman's daughter, if I'm not mistaken, and she's pretty damn young. I think she's a teenager. So Pops had to come out and show him that jujitsu, know what I'm saying?
Yes, this is my dad.
He has a beautiful front headlock, uses an outside trip to essentially control the guy from side control now. This is getting real muddy, right to the mount position. He is lucky.
We're gonna wait for the police now. I told you I don't want to hurt you. I could hurt you now.
He's like, yeah, you did tell me that, but I kind of went against your word for whatever reason. I don't know. I might be the kind of guy who actually antagonizes teenage girls. That's probably why. Also true.
But Steven, you're not addressing the fact that when it's a group of people, it's a completely different situation. You never want to be caught in the ground when blah, blah, blah.
Let me tell you something. Most of the sucker punch knockouts that I've ever seen have been standing. How many knockouts do you see of a guy on the ground getting sucker kicked or whatever the case is? You don't see it very much. Now, am I saying it's impossible? No, of course it's possible. You can get sucker punched standing up too and knocked out unconscious and fall down, hit your head, and then continue to get sucker kicked while you're unconscious. So your argument is not wrong, but what I'm trying to tell you is there's holes in your logic. Another situation where an individual who has probably a little bit of a mental health issue, but you can't just say, I don't want to fight you. If they're coming for you and trying to hurt you, you have to do something. As a man, I have to hold my ground. I can't just sit there and go,
Oh, what should I do?
if you come at me and you take the first swing, I'm gonna strangle you unconscious. As a man, I'm gonna do that. He takes his back, locks up a palm-to-palm grip, and controls him from here. He's able to control the situation, and that's crucial, okay? Now, in this position, he could have did a lot more damage, which again proves my point. And if you look from this vantage point, hypothetically, if there were multiple assailants, he would be able to easily, with this wrist-to-wrist grip, look and go, oh, okay, there's people. Let me let go of the strangle and guard and block my head and cross block and frame, right? Because you're not a moron. You know the people that are gonna get knocked out on the ground? They're people that don't have grappling experience, so they're not used to being spatially aware. But that's the entire problem that I wanna try to debunk here, and I hope this breaks through his logic to some of you stubborn morons. You don't control what happens in a fight if you don't have grappling experience. I'm gonna trip you, I'm gonna outbalance you. This individual who's attacking you is gonna tackle you and you're gonna fall down. You're not gonna know what to do. So it's better to know what to do. So I hear your lateral argument. It's, well,
It's not about knowing what to do, it's I don't want to be there.
you can't control when we go to the ground, you stupid motherfucker. Don't you understand that? A fight is unpredictable, especially in a group fight where one guy tackles you, you fall, you're getting kicked. Now you have to grapple. You have to grapple. And if you can't grapple, you can't wrestle up. You understand what I'm saying? Even if you favor striking, anyone who's trained before will say, yeah, I might not want to get caught on the ground, but you're damn right I'm going to know how to grapple, and it gives me a superpower when I am forced to the ground or when it's a one-on-one situation and I don't want to completely annihilate someone with striking and catch a charge. That's a big detail. Join your jiu-jitsu club, learn how to grapple. Enough with the nonsense. We can see here in a situation where the guy's working an open guard position, and from this open guard, he's obviously able to keep his knees in good position, feet on the hips, he's controlling the sleeves, and he's not taking any damage. Beautiful Kimura here. You gotta love it. And not only love that, but you also have to leave a like for this video. I'm still the Segway King. It's been a very long time. Leave a like for the channel. Now listen here, goofballs. Now you can obviously see the value of learning to grapple, to defend yourself, to save people, right? To protect your family and daughter. Incredibly valuable. And I've dispelled the idea that grappling in group settings doesn't work. Oh, you still don't believe me? Now we're getting into a group fight in a bathroom. Let's see how this plays out. Oh yeah, by the way, the guys who are the street fighters, or I believe they're football players, are much bigger than the grapplers. Clinches the body, lifts, gets the takedown. Okay, now in a group setting. Okay, let's continue watching it.
That's just funny, bro. Hey, guillotine.
He called it a guillotine, he was wrong. It's a rear naked choke. But all right, whatever, we'll give him a pass. He's drinking. Imagine getting your ass out grappled by a guy wearing cowboy boots. Lovely. Insult to injury, if anything. Oh! Grappling doesn't work. Now, YouTube will not allow me to show the little details and the brutality of that situation. I had to cover up most of it, but I hope that this helps elucidate some of you to the values of learning how to grapple, whether it's a group setting, a one-on-one situation. Again, a lot of your concerns are valid, but it is ignorant. Fighting in the street is stupid as anyway. But if I'm gonna do it, I wanna be in complete control of the situation. I wanna know I can fend for myself on the ground. I wanna know I can deal with shit standing up. I wanna be able to control where the fight goes. That's grappling. And the more grappling ability I have, the more aware I become of my space. Increasing your knowledge in fighting, mindset, discipline, habitual construction is crucial. It's gonna make you a better man, a better martial artist. Sign up to my newsletter, the Fight IQ Report. It's linked below. We have over 1,400 people that are now signed up, and everyone's evolving 2 times a week. Strangle Gang, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.